Hi, good day. My name is Akande Sharif Abiodun. Today I will be talking about a profitable business in Nigeria, precisely turkey farm. Before I proceed, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like this video. Why you should invest? First and foremost, this business, turkey farm in Nigeria, it is highly profitable. Just of recent, it was mentioned that Nigeria has closed the border, which means the importers of turkey and chicken from other countries were unable to import. Because of that, local production is of high demand during this time. Secondly, the demand is very high, and the third one is the market is even readily available. The market is readily available. You can sell as much as chicken, daily old turkeys, as much as possible in a day. Now let's see the weekly return. The first and foremost, let's say that you invest your money to buy 5-month-old turkey or 6-month-old turkey. After some time, the turkey, after a month precisely, the turkey started laying egg for you. Then after that, you take the egg to the hatchery. The hatchery hatch the egg for you and it becomes a chick. Immediately at the point of hatchery, you collect your chicks, then immediately you sell it for the customers, which means when you invest your money in this business, the first time you just have to be patient for like 2 months. Then after that, immediately your turkey already laying egg, you take it to the hatchery, they hatch it for you, then you sell it, and you are going to have weekly return. Now, what's the procedure of getting started? You might be wondering, by the way, how do you start this business? Majority of the YouTube tutorials you see, they will just tell you poultry business is highly profitable. But the question is, how do you get started? Let's say you don't have any knowledge of this before and you want to get started. There are a lot of tutorials, they are just giving you the tips how to get started, but they never tell you what are the things you need, what are the things you're supposed to know, what are the things you're supposed to do, what the one you are not supposed to do. If you are looking for that kind of information, then you are in the right place. Now let me get started. First and foremost, the first thing you need to do is just to register your company. But we do know in Nigeria, if you are running a small scale investment, perhaps you might not really need to register your company, since you are having very little investment. You won't like to spend some money on investment first. Secondly, let's say, but there's nothing wrong in opening a business name. Let's say business name, even there was a time business name, it cost around 15,000 naira. The federal government was doing a kind of promotion during that time. So, but this time, if I'm not mistaken, it costs around 35 to 40,000 naira. It depends who is going to do it for you. And you can even go far. Let's say you want to invest heavily into this business, then you can even open a company. So you can open 1 million shareholder, that's around 60,000 to 70,000 naira. You can even go for 2 million shareholder. You can even go for 5 million shareholder. All these things are not written on a stone. Of course, it can be cheaper than this and it can be higher. So it depends on who is going to do it for you. Now, what are the procedures of getting started? The first thing you need to have is to have a farm building. You know, if you are going for small investment, you have two options. You can rent an uncompleted building, or you can use for unused farm. Then if you see any farm that is not currently used, then you can rent it out. It depends on area in Nigeria. Let's say you want to do it in Oyo State, in Ibadan. Of course, you can get anything closer around 70,000 or lesser. But if you want to do it like in Lagos, of course, it's expected it might be higher than that. But if you want to do it in some areas, maybe Osun and some other places like that, it might even be cheaper. Then, but if you are going for huge investment, for sure, it is always a good idea to construct your own farm site. Now, you need to note the following. whatever farm building you are going to you want to go for, just make sure that there is adequate clean water, because turkey, they drink water a lot, and if you don't give them enough water, they will not produce very well for you. Then you have to make sure that your farm is also road accessible. The reason is, when your turkey are laying egg and you want to take the eggs into the farm, or you want to take it to the hatchery, then during the transportation, if the road is not good enough, perhaps you might see some of the egg, they are unfertile because of the yolk deformation because of the road. So it's always a good idea you make sure that your farm is road accessible. Then the security is also very important. Nigeria, some people, they might have some bad intention, they want to steal your turkey and all those things. It's not that common, but it's always a good idea that so you have a fence, at least fence, so in your farm. Now, what are other things you are going to do? I've already talked about the farm building. The second thing is to have the worker. In terms of worker, you have two options. Of course, you can have a farm supervisor, and you might not have. If you are going for a small scale, and if you have a little experience in this, then you might not even have a farm supervisor. But if you don't have any experience at all, it is encouraged you have a farm supervisor. What's the function? Farm supervisor, what is it going to do? Some people, they even call it consultant. What is it going to do for you? Because whenever your turkey gets sick, or you want to give vaccines and all those things, your farm supervisor is going to do it for you. Now, for sure, you need to have a manager or farm coordinator. You can even do it if you have time. You can do it yourself. It doesn't actually, turkey rearing, it doesn't require so much effort. You just need to give them food, you give them water, you try to clean their houses, and it's just as simple as that. It's not that you will be there 24 hours, you just be working. No, don't forget, turkey, they are just big animals. Now, let's see the list of the things you need. The first thing, of course, farm building. I've already talked about that earlier. Then you need to demarcate your farm. You need to demarcate the farm. For example, let's say you want to go for uncompleted building. If you are going for uncompleted building or completed building per se, and it has 8 rooms, these 8 rooms, you need to divide each room into 4 compartments. Now, 8 times 4, that will be 32 compartments you are going to have, which means you will put turkey inside each compartment. And you need to buy some setup equipment like drinkers, like feeders, and some other things like that. After that, you need to figure it out. Do you need a supervisor or you don't need? If you don't need, then you can only have one person to be managing it for you, especially if you have less than 200 turkeys. Now, farm coordinator, the next one is to buy turkeys. Then point of lay, that's the female turkey, and point of cross, that is male turkey. So you need to buy those ones. Then you need to figure out what are the vaccines you need to have. Of course, that's not your business. In as much as you have a farm supervisor or consultant, so you just need to be paying salary. Then all the vaccines and some other things, the supervisor is going to do it for you. Then the next one is the feeds. Now, let's sample of an estimated cost. But you need to note that this is just a guideline. This is a guideline, so it is not written on a stone. It's not 100% accurate. So you can, just to give you idea of how things work and what are the things you need to get started. Now, the first thing, farm building. For the farm building, I said earlier, you can rent it. So if you want to rent farm building, let's say you have you book 100,000 naira for it per year, together with the agreement. Okay, you book 100,000 naira for it per year, together with the agreement. It depends on the area. It might be plus or minus. Then on farm building, you spend 100,000 naira for farm building. Now, farm setup and tools and equipment you need. First and foremost, turkey room demarcation. Of course, you need to have some carpenter. You bring them to the farm and you ask them to demarcate each room for you into 4. They will use something like a cardboard, or some of you, they can use bamboo and all those things. Of course, sometimes it doesn't even up to 150,000 naira, maybe around 100,000, 90,000. It depends on area, by the way, but usually let's say 150,000 naira for farm demarcation. Then after that, you need to have a feeders, you need to buy feeders, drinkers, sawdust, and some other materials. It depends what quantity do you need for all this one. It depends on how many number of turkey you stock, how many number of turkeys you have. So but usually, as I'm going to tell you later, if you are going for around 120 or 130 turkeys, then you shouldn't spend more than 110,000 naira on all these tools. Then after that, farm cleaning and water treatment initially, or you can even be doing it every 4 months or every 3 months, that one shouldn't cost you more than 50,000 naira, which means on farm setup and tools, you'll be spending around 310,000 naira. Now, move forward. Purchase of turkey. If you want to purchase a turkey, it's always a good idea you bring experts there. Don't just go there yourself. You say you want to buy turkey. Why? Because don't forget, the turkey you want to buy, you are not buying it to consume. You are not eating them. You only want to buy turkey so that those turkey, they can lay egg for you. Now, some people, they don't even fear God. They will sell to you turkey that is already laying egg. They will say, no, this one, it has never laid egg before, whereas it already laid egg. That is why you need to have a supervisor. Usually, supervisor, they are experienced enough. They can actually tell you, okay, this turkey is already laying egg, this one, it hasn't laid egg. Usually, the turkey you are going to buy is just around 5 months old. Then you are going to rear it for another 1 month or 2 months. Then after that, it will start laying egg for you, and it will lay egg like that for complete 8 months. Now, let's say the example I'm going to give you here, let's say you want to buy 92 pieces, point of lay, 92 points of lay. That is female turkey. We don't call it female turkey. That's the terminology we use. We call it point of lay. Now, 92. Then afterwards, of course, you should presently point of lay, it is not more than 5,000 naira. Some people, they might say it's 5,100, some might say 5,200, is plus or minus, but usually if you have 5,000 naira and you go to majority of the farms, of course you can get it bought. Now 5,000 naira multiplied by 92, it will give you 460,000 naira. Afterwards, you buy 30 point of cross, 30 point of cross. Point of cross, that's the male turkey. Now, when you look at 92, you can, some people, they used to go for 1:4, which means 1 male, 4 female. 1 male, 4 female. Some people, they used to go to 1:3, which means 1 male, 3 female. There is no right or wrong answer here. It's up to you. You can, usually both of them, they will give you good results. Either you go for 1:4 or 1:3, both options will give you good results. Now, which means only 1 male to 4 female. Then if you see, we are having 92 female. Now 92 divided by 4, you will see you will have around 23, which means we have 23 males for 92 female. However, we are going to have 7 extra. We are going to have how many? 7 extra. Those 7 extra, we use it as a backup. Why? Because when the male, let's say 7 males, when they are tired, then those 7, you can use them to replace. Then you'll be feeding those 7, they don't do anything, you are just feeding them. Then you be rotating. You just take 7, you replace them with that. You're still feeding them. You're feeding them. After some times, maybe like 1 week or 2 weeks interval, you'll be rotating them. So just to make the production fertile and good. Now, usually, point of cross is just around 6,000 naira. Then if you multiply it by 30 pieces, then that will give you 180,000. Then afterwards, the transport, it depends on which farm you want to buy it. It's always a good idea to buy it in just only one farm. But if the farm didn't have enough stock, then you can buy it. You can buy point of lay and point of cross in different farm. But it is always recommended to buy it in just only one farm. Okay. Now let's say the transport costs you around 50,000 naira. Now all what you are going to spend on the purchase of turkey is just around 690,000. All what you are going to spend is just 690,000. Then afterwards you have the feeds. Usually feeds production is just 8 months. Then each month a turkey will consume 5.6 kilogram of food, okay, of feed. Now, and each bag contains 25 kilogram, and they sold it for 3,500 naira. If you multiply it, you will see that you will get 766,500. You are going to spend on what? On feed. The transport 100,000, and the total will be giving you 866,500. Then moving forward, vaccines, general vaccination for turkey initially is going to cost you 25,000 naira. Then anti-stress, antibiotics, all this one is going to be done by who? By your supervisor, by the consultants. They know all this one already. And if you think you know it yourself, you know which type of anti-stress you are going to give your turkey, which type of antibiotics you are going to give, so you might not even have a supervisor any longer. So then, which means on vaccines you are going to spend around 185,000 naira. Now for 8 months. Now for hatchery, a turkey egg presently in Nigeria, so it's around 50 naira. They will hatch for you. When you take your egg to the hatchery, they will collect 50 naira from you to hatch an egg for you, turkey egg. Okay, turkey egg. Now we assume a female turkey lays only 3 eggs per week. Of course they lay more than this. Sometimes they lay 5, sometimes they lay 4. Let's say they lay 5 per week. However, 2 are unfertile, but only 3 are fertile. Okay, that's the assumption. Only 3 are fertile, 2 are unfertile. Then in that case, it means your turkey, for the duration of 32 weeks, only one turkey will be giving you 96 eggs. And if you multiply it by 92 turkey you have, then multiply by 50 naira, then you'll be spending 441,000 naira. Now, afterwards, the salary for the farm coordinator 15,000, then supervisor so 20,000, and you are going to pay that one for 8 months. It costs you around 280,000. Now the total expenses is 2.8 million, 2,872,500. If you have this kind of amount, of course you are not going to spend this amount at once. Don't forget this one, it is spread throughout 8 months. Okay, you are not going to spend, in fact, immediately you have maybe around 1.2 million or 1.3 million, you can even start this business, because after 2 months you will be having income. After 2 months you will be having income, and you can even be using that income to run this business. You don't need to wait until you have 2.8 million before you start. Now let's talk about your income now. The income day-old turkey, it is sold immediately at the point of hatchery. Okay, then presently it is being sold. The price is not stable, it depends on the demand, but usually it's around 350 to 600. Okay, the minimum price is 350, and I'm going to use the minimum price for worst scenario. Of course, usually it's more than 350, but I'm just working on worst scenario. Okay, so I'm going to use 350. Now your income is going to be 9. If you multiply it, you will see 96 egg multiplied by 92 turkey multiplied by 350. Then your income is going to be, for point of lay, after 8 months you are going to sell them. Yes, you are going to sell them, right? After they finish laying egg for you, you are going to sell them, and the production might even be longer than 8 months. Sometimes they might lay for you for like 10 months, they might lay for you for like 9 months, but let's say the worst scenario 8 months. After 8 months, you are going to sell them. You bought them 5,000, then you sell them 5,000 also, and it's even higher sometimes. Point of course, you bought them initially 6,000 and you also sell them 6,000 for those that are going to consume, those that are going to eat them. All right, the total income is going to be 3.7 million. Now let's see, it means your profit projection now, the profit is going to be 3.7 minus 2.8. You will see your profit just only within 8 months, you'll be having a profit of 858,000. So if you 858,700, if you are ready to invest heavily in this, of course you can still get more profit. But if you don't have enough money, up to 1.2 million, whatever amount you have, you can also get started and you'll be getting bigger. So don't forget that the example I'm using here is just 92 female then 30 male. So it's up to you, it's up to how much you want to invest into this business. All right, how to maximize your business. Of course, you can establish your own hatchery, and I'm going to do separate video on how to set up your own hatchery, either commercial hatchery. In fact, Nigeria, hatchery is one of the lucrative business now. Hatchery is one of the lucrative because majority of the farmers, they don't have their own hatching machine. They don't have, they just need, they normally go to commercial hatchery firms and they pay them huge amount of money so to hatch egg for them. So I'm going to do separate video, what are the equipment, how to do it, step-by-step video, so on hatchery. Now in conclusion, in case you need a detailed business plan on this, you can just message me. And if you are looking to invest also and you are looking for trustworthy person to manage it for you, so you can just contact me on this email. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. At least you'll be get notified for all my future videos. So thank you very much, and thank you for your time for watching this. So I am Akende Sheriff Abiodun. Thank you very much. See you. Bye.